it's a tier list for ladder play, not pro play. And I'm trying to consider every rank, and I'm gonna try to give you reasoning on why I rate a hero what way. Because some characters really perform super strongly in Infernus, and then they perform really weak in low rank. And on the same page, some heroes perform really well in low rank, and they're absolutely horrible in high rank. And I'll give you the reasoning why, and I'll try to find a middle rank for this, okay? So, as they will call absolute, like, this is broken tier, okay? And I really mean this is like the best characters in the game. A tier is super playable, B tier is like the average, and I would say D kinda is like very tough. I mean, it's, you know, it's like if you play a D tier character, I think you're gonna struggle doing much. Alrighty, I can't, apparently I'm too dumb to type. Abrams. I don't know what I rated the guy last time, but it turns out he's very good in this meta. I think I rated him A tier, and he's gonna stay in A tier. He's a super solid tank. He's not the best tank in the game. There's like one tank that is stronger probably, or maybe two, but maybe I'm missing someone. But he's just a super solid character. Inherently tanky, not that great in lane, but like he works in almost every rank. I want to say he's really good in low rank and really good in high rank, right? Because his combo is like basically guaranteed. If you hit a shoulder charge, you can get a heavy melee off. And yeah, he's just really tanky. He does his job really well. But there's two characters in the game that do the tanking job a bit better. So I'll rate him A tier, like probably like around mid A tier. Bebop got big buffs in the last patch. He does a lot more gun damage. His gun range scaling also got buffed, which means the meta right now for Bebop is definitely gun. Okay, but Bebop still has the hook, which is deadly, and you can still get bomb stacks. So he definitely moved up on the ladder. Now, is he like dominant? I don't think he's that great against the new characters. And the new characters, quite a few of them, including Mina, right, have a lot of ways to negate his damage, right? And stuff like debuff remover and counter spell is bought like almost all the time now in every rank, right? Those items are so strong. And he really struggles with those, but so I'll give him high B tier. Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's... I think he can be higher if you play him really well, but like he doesn't seem like the hard carry character. He's still really annoying. I hate playing against Bebop, but like yeah, high B tier. Billy is broken. One of the best characters in the game. He somehow got buffed in the last patch. They gave him more HP and lower cooldown on his 2. He was already broken before. I don't know, man. I think my theory is the devs saw the win rate being kind of okay, like good, but not like they want the new characters to be stronger. And the main reason for that is because I feel like most Billies still misplay. They still get parried a lot, right? And not to sell out for my Billy guide when you're watching this video, but there's probably a Billy guide out. You basically, after lane, you don't really want to melee, right? Like TLDR, he's weak in lane until he gets to his chain, or until he gets to level 2 of his 3, and then he becomes really good, and he's like the best mid-game character in the game. He's insane in teamfights, he's insane solo. He has like no downsides, the only thing is he does fall off kinda late game and he can't 1v6, right? But if you play him correctly, he's Thanos. He's insane. I love this character, and probably he's gonna get nerfed eventually, like, yeah. If you're against Billy and you're struggling against Billy, buy Rebuttal. They almost always melee. By Rebuttal, they won't expect it. You just parry, you miss the parry, and then you parry again and they die. This is not rage bait. Dude, there's always people that are like, oh, Metro is rage baiting with his tier list again. I really do think, like, I'm really trying to make the tier list as fair and reasonable as possible for every rank. Calico got buffs, a lot of spirit scaling buffs. She heals more with the 2. She does more Gloom Bomb damage. She gets an extra Gloom Bomb. Still feels kinda mid. I think she's playable. Like, I see her way more than before, but she doesn't seem like crazy, right? I don't think I had a Calico against me that like solo carried. Like, she's a really solid tank, but I still think she's a bit weaker than Abrams. And Calico does fill the tank role. It's just that she's a bit less tanky and does a bit more spirit nuke damage. Definitely like an average character or above average. I don't think she's weak. Dorman. Last time I rated this character S+. After I rated him S+, he got some changes, some buffs and some nerfs. But arguably the thing that hurt him the most is his card got nerfed quite a lot. It stuns for way less, even if you max it to max level. And before then, the Dorman meta was double card, right? Where you put Echo Shot on the 3 and you stun them forever. His ult is still insane, right? Like, in fact, the ult got better. Like, if you do the trick where you jump down in the ult in the Shadow Realm and you counter spell, now it's gonna teleport you back. So you'll always take the full damage of the ult, basically. So he's better in some ways, but like, I don't see him a lot. So, I mean, was I wrong about rating him S tier before? Maybe, but he's definitely not S tier anymore. I'll give him B+. I do think he's very playable, but he falls behind due to the fact that he's a support, right? Like, he has insane support abilities, but you need your team to do their job, and we're playing Deadlock here. And I think we can all agree on every rank, from Initiate to Infernus, your teammates are usually idiots, like me, right? So if you don't have a team that follows up, you can't do anything by yourself, which means the character is definitely kinda mid in rank play. I'll rate him low B tier, actually. That being said, I think if you have a good team, he's insane, right? It's just like a support character. That's why he's struggling in ranked. So Drifter is very hard to evaluate, because here's the thing. If the enemy is alone, this character kills for free, right? And in the late game, this character scales really well, he kills in team fights. But if the enemy groups up, you're kind of useless and you never get to that stage, or you often don't get to the stage where you're really strong late game. That being said, I played a game of Drifter the other day where I did nothing, fed my brains out, and then farmed, and then suddenly I was still Thanos. So I cannot rate this character lower than S tier for ranked, because ranked players fuck up. I think he gets a bit weaker if once you get to like Eternus Plus or like Ascendant Plus, I want to say, like really high rank, because then teammates or the enemy groups up way more and they're aware. And if you want to counter Drifter, there's a tip for you in any rank. If you see the Drifter go on someone on your team, be there immediately, because as soon as you are in range of your teammate, he does way less damage, right? You want to fight Drifter as at least 2 people, okay? That's the number 1 rule to counter him, and that's why I think he's so insane on low rank. Because low rank players, like, they don't group up a lot, or, you know, don't group up fast enough, and then Drifter can get a free kill before the fight starts. So, yeah, insane character, for sure. Dynamo? Like, the new heroes just have better ults. And Dynamo's thing was always that he had the best ult in the game, and he arguably still does have the second best ult in the game after Warden ult. But other than that, he's just very weak, right? He's weak in lane, and the rest of his kit is kind of mid, right? I just don't see the character being that strong. And again, like, Mina is so popular right now. Mina can actually disable, like, Mina shuts down Dynamo really well. Because if Mina ults, even if he black holes, he can, like, Mina can, like, nuke him. Or disable him, right? There's a lot of stuns in the game, like, yeah. I think Dynamo will need some love down the line. Same goes for Grey Talon. I think the character is playable in high rank. I almost want to put him in needs buffs tier, but like, it's always hard to balance Talon. Over my year of playing this game, sometimes I made like small adjustments and then suddenly Talon was completely overpowered because he does so much damage, right, with his arrow. But he's just not great at jungling. Like, he's okay in lane, but he can't really, like, right now the meta is bird, right? Like, you play max the bird. And again, same issue as with Dorman. The bird is actually a team fight ability, right? Like, you need your team to be in the proper spell or in the proper space to use your bird effectively. So I do think he becomes stronger the higher rank you go, because your team is going to play around him more. But especially in low rank, I think he's very weak. Okay, Haze. Every time I rate Haze lower than like A tier, the low rank players hate on me. For whatever reason, this character is still Thanos in like Initiate or in Seeker. And I'm not saying this to trash talk, right? And I'm trying to find an average. The character is very bad in high rank. It's very bad. It's not quite Wraith level bad, but she's not scary. She's very squishy, she dies to everything. The meta is still a lot of Spirit Nuke. And I know you can buy Fury Trance, so she can live a bit longer, but the character is just not great. I do think she's better in low rank, because again, low rank players somehow don't walk out of the ult. If you're struggling against Haze, walk out of the ultimate, and you will be fine. And you need to fight her. If you run away from her, she will kill you. That's another issue with low rank, I think. They run away from her instead of just turning around and killing her because she has so little HP, right? So I can't rate... I would rate Haze, like D tier in Infernus, and I would rate her A+ or something in like Ritualist, right? So I have to take an average, okay? That's why I'm putting her B, for the record, okay? Because there's an average tier list. Yeah, Holiday is still Thanos. Pretty hard to get into, right? But like, she did get nerfed a bit, right? But like, she's still crazy. Best initiation in the game, the lasso. Best, like some of the best mobility in the game with the jump pads. You know, like you know the drill on her, and she's insane in lane. She does insane damage with the crack shot. Once you have her barrel to level 2, it does like what, 250 or something? Like early in the lane. Crazy character. Crazy character. Broken. Infernus. Did get nerfed? I rated him B tier. And he got nerfed for whatever reason. I don't think he's that good. He's definitely even weaker now because like his flame dash got nerfed. He's just kind of okay, right? Like, yeah, he's probably above Haze. Like, you can play him, but like, dash build is not that great anymore. I think right now you want to run gun again with like maybe an extra charge or a rapid recharge, right? But it's definitely a hybrid build where you have a lot of gun damage, but like, the character is just not like super good at carrying. He used to be like a hard carry, and now he's just kind of like a character that is like okay at everything, right? He's okay in lane, he's okay in mid game, and then he's okay in late game. That's like, he's just average. He's the most average character in the game, I think. Ivey, super hard to evaluate because I think she requires quite a lot of skill to get into. And I always say this, you don't notice Ivey's impact in the fights. But if you look back and then you watch the replay, you realize how much she does. Her ult is one of the best ults in the game, right? You can get anyone out or into the fight and silence the entire enemy team. It's like a massive AoE silence. And you don't notice it, right? In a fight, you're like fighting and then you silence. You don't really know what happened. And then like the Shiv kills you. And you're like, wait, Shiv OP. But actually it was probably the Ivey dropping a bomb on you. And then like you walked through the Katsu bomb, right? And you took a lot of damage. Plus, she's super versatile. She can still, like, she's pretty decent at scaling. I've seen a lot of Ivies run gun or transition into a carry, where they run fire rate, Tesla bullets, siphon, right? Yeah, she's super good. Super good character. Kelvin somehow got buffed. Is Kelvin not S tier? I don't think he's, like, broken. What do you think about... Chat, I need help with this one. So, the thing is, Kelvin has always been insane. But in the current meta, I want to say Dome is a bit weaker. Because, again, it's a lot of nukes, right? It's not a lot of damage over time. Like, yeah, I want to put Kelvin in S tier. But is Kelvin as broken as Billy in Ranked? Or Holiday or Drifter? I don't think so. And I hate Kelvin, don't get me wrong. I hate Kelvin. I hate the guy. He's good in lane, right? Like, I do think, yeah, he's really tanky. Like, he's definitely A+ there. I really want to be selective with the S tier characters. Because they're the absolute, like, Austrian painters of this game right now. A+. Geiss is solid. Not amazing, but very easy to get into. I think Geiss is actually a great character to get into the game with. By the way, in case like new players are watching and wondering, like I think Geiss is like pretty beginner friendly. Because on Geiss, most of the abilities you can't miss, right? The suck you can't miss, the one is pretty easy to hit. And then the skill ceiling comes from like hitting gunshots while doing it, right? While you spam the rest of the abilities, you don't miss those. And then like the extra cherry on top is you hitting your gunshots, right? Which actually do a lot of damage. Yeah, solid B+. Can't rate her higher. Yeah, very solid. Lash is really good. Lash is really good. Did they change anything in the patch? Did they change anything? We can... Like, yeah, it's just a... Yeah, I don't think he got any changes in the patch. I think he's being held back a tiny bit by the fact that everyone buys all the spirit resilience stuff. Not spirit resilience as an item, that's bad, but the meta is so spirit heavy that Lash will have troubles one-shotting, but the ult is just insane, right? And his mobility is insane. Like, he's very solid. McGuiness is also, I think, an average character. I don't see her do much, but I also don't see her hard feed. She's better than Infernus at... My throat is dying, I need... Holy shit. She's better than Infernus at like split pushing, and she's very survivable. And she can build a lot of things. I think you can build her as a tank or like a gun carry or both. Yeah, yes, I think Abrams is really strong, but he's not like 1v6 meta defining like the SD characters. Yeah, okay. This is again gonna be the most controversial pick of the video. Because every time I tell people that Mina is like hard to play, or Mina is OP, people are like, but Metro, I checked the win rates and she has below 50% in Infernus. Here's the, I'll explain it as carefully as possible. Mina is one of the hardest characters in the game. Last time I said this, everyone gave me shit. I think she's easy to understand, but she needs to play perfect to not die, right? She's the squishiest character in the game. She needs to proc a 3, you need decent aim, and then you want to get in melee range, hit your melee range 1, which is kinda aim intensive, compared to like pocket at least, and then the 2 has infinite skill ceiling, right? Because you have 2 teleports, and it allows you to like dodge multiple abilities, and that's how her value gets up. But she got buffed so much, and her ult is so crazy now, it lasts so long, does so much damage, that she's like just kind of Thanos. Like in low rank, people don't do damage to her fast enough to where she dies. And in high rank, the Minas are so good that they will never die because they're all running Restore Locket too, right? So when you go on a Mina, she teleports out, teleports again, and if you're still on her, she uses Restore Locket and dashes like 3 more times. She just doesn't die, right? And she has the highest spirit nuke in the game, easily. And she's the best laner in the game, by the way. Like, she's now the best laner in the game. Especially once you get your love bites to level 2, it nukes you, it one-shots you. It's like crazy. It's like the best laner in the game. So I think they overbuffed her. And again, reason she has like a pretty low win rate still in high rank is because she is actually really hard to play. That's it. Like, she's a broken character if played correctly, but not a lot of characters can play the character not a lot of players can play her correctly, if that makes sense. But she has so much base damage now that you can do very well in any rank. Yeah, crazy character. Will need nerfs eventually. Okay, Mirage. Like, bro, all the gun carries are just like mid. Like, he's not horrible, right? But like, bro is not a DLC character. I remember when Mirage was like the scariest laner. He does like no damage anymore in lane, man. Like, he really is. I'm not saying buff him, because I do think he's balanced. And his ult is still crazy, right? Like, he can split push and then show up in the team fight. But I've not seen a Mirage carry in like 2 weeks. In any rank. He always does either, like, he does okay, right? Exactly. Why pick Mirage when Mina exists? Yeah. Okay, and I was talking about the best tanks in the game, and this is the other one, right? It's Billy and Mongrel. This character doesn't die. Like, he doesn't die. He can't die. And you grab anyone, they're dead. Like Mongrel is. And the thing is, this character is OP in any rank, right? Because in low rank you don't die and you kill someone in one shot, and on high rank, Mo is broken. Mo is broken. Like, it's a broken character. It's a broken character. Yeah. Do I rate him higher than Mina? I don't know. I wanna... Mina is... Yeah. I wanna do it like this. I think this character is broken. Like, it's very close to the other S tier character. I think all these characters are broken. It's not necessarily in order here on the S tier, but... Paige needs help, no? She's good at one thing, which is like healing the team, right? She has a lot of overshield buffs that you can give to the team. And the ult is actually quite strong, but it's a really long cooldown for how strong it is. And the rest of her abilities are kind of like weaker versions of Katsu Bomb, if you think about it, right? Like the carpet, like the Dragon Fire. It's just a weaker Katsu Bomb. And the 3 is very hard to hit. There's some lane combos where you can hit it, right? And she can build like slowing hacks to hit it, but it's not a super consistent ability. And yes, she does fall off too, that's true. Like, the shield doesn't scale super well into the late game. She definitely needs some love, I think. I think what they need to do is, I think her survivability and her healing is great. I think the 1 and the 3 need to be a bit stronger, especially the 1. The 1 feels so bad. Like, it's too inconsistent. Even if you hit the one on someone, it doesn't do enough damage. That's how I feel like, right? Like, sometimes I play against Paige and I just run through it and it does no damage to me, right? Like, it just kind of exists. Like, if I run through like an Infernus Flame Dash, I die, right? It does a lot of damage. If I run through that fire, which is harder to hit than Infernus Flame Dash, I take like no damage. Okay, yeah, definitely need some love, I think. Paradox got nerfed, but she's still crazy. She's not holiday crazy anymore. I mean, it was a slight nerf to like gun. But she's a crazy character. Like, she's an A tier character. Not holiday level, almost holiday level. Same thing, right? As always. Okay. This is, I think, the last pick in S tier. Maybe. There's a few others. Pocket is like... It's like budget Mina. Okay, I don't want to say budget Mina. Because they do very similar things, where they nuke you, and they can get out for free. Pocket can just nuke the entire team at once with Affliction, and does a bit less single target damage, right? But he's also easier to play in terms of aiming, right? You can't really miss. I think he's crazy. I do want to say, in low rank, it's probably going to be hard for new players to get into the character, but this character is a top 6 character in high rank for sure. Right, this is a top 6. Like, probably the lowest in the broken tier, but still broken. Crazy character. 7 got nerfed, but is still an amazing carry character. The best. If you wanna farm and hard carry late game, 7 is still your guy. For sure. He does need a team to do their job properly until he is online. But when he's online, he's like Thanos. Still, right? I'll make a guide on 7 soon. I'm currently running 3 max into stun max. I'm not even running ult build anymore. The ult is quite... Like, I don't want to say weak, right? Like, it's still great to stay alive, but it doesn't do as much damage anymore. But the character feels crazy when you get farm. Like, yeah, not much to say other than he does have a weak lane, right? He's not great in lane. It's always... let me get into this now, I guess, because there's going to be a few other characters that fall into the same category. These characters overperform in lower rank. The higher you go, the worse a character gets, because lower rank, the games last longer. And if a character, you know, scales better into the late game, which 7 is like the best scaler into the late game, arguably, those characters will naturally be stronger in low rank. For the same reason, and I guess now we'll talk about this, Victor. This character is absolute trash in Infernus. But the lower you go, the stronger it becomes. If you play this character in like Archon or like Emissary or even below, because the games last longer. So Victor is solid in lane, right? And then he's basically useless at dealing damage for a long time. He's still good at surviving, but he needs to AFK farm. He's like the hardest carry. Like, he's even more a carry of 7. He's even more so a carry than 7, actually. If Victor gets his farm and gets to like 35k, he can 1v6. But until you get there, he does nothing. In any build, by the way. Doesn't matter if you play him gun or like the Spirit Aura, right? And people did start to learn how to play against Victor. If you're struggling against Victor, just stay out of his radius. And just know that Victor is not strong until he gets a lot of farm. So I'll rate this character in C tier, and I will enrage some low rank players with this. And I can tell you there's going to be a lot of comments on this on YouTube. But the character is just not good enough. And if you're struggling against him, try to end the game earlier. Genuinely. Don't let him AFK farm for 30 minutes and he will do nothing. I'll rate him low B. No, I can't. He's not dog shit, but he is close to it. Okay. And the same goes for Wraith. You can call me biased. I think Wraith... I'm a Wraith main. I'll always get called biased when I rate this character low. Every time I play... No. Every time I play this character, I have a terrible time. And this is my best character. When I play 7, I have a great time. When I play Billy, I have a great time. Even when I play Victor, I have an okay time. This character is dog shit. She's inconsistent, half her cards miss sometimes because of bugs, the teleport is inconsistent, and she's even worse than Victor because she literally does... She's the weakest laner in the game, by the way. There is no laner in the game that is weaker than Wraith. Genuinely. Not a single one. She's the weakest laner in the game. And until 20k, I refer to her as a lane creep. until 20k, she can't even win 1v1s and she can't do a lot of damage in team fights. But here's why I'm gonna get flamed for it. Once you get to that net worth, she's good. But if you play correctly, she should never get to that net worth. And for that reason, I'll put her in D tier. And if we're being fair, I would put her C tier because with my logic, she's still playable in low rank, but I can't. Wraith needs buffs. And again, I wouldn't even mind if they want to keep lower ranks happy. I wouldn't even mind if they made Wraith a bit weaker in late game, as long as they buffed her early game, because then she would feel fine. But we're walking a very thin line here with the balance, where I know that Valve wants to keep everyone happy, and I'm not saying low rank shouldn't matter, but you can't nerf characters because the games last so long in low rank. That's not balance, that's people misplaying. And eventually, you know, everyone will get better, and eventually the games will get shorter, because everyone is going to get better, and the shorter the games get, the worse these characters get. Yeah. Okay, Shiv is really strong, I think. He got buffed multiple times, he's almost back to that tankiness, and now with the latest buffs, his dash is stronger and his bleed is stronger, so people are building Spirit Shiv now. I think Spirit Shiv is the meta, right? You build like greens and purples. He's crazy. Yeah, he's really good. Really good. Easily A tier. Sinclair got buffed. And got some changes. Like, yeah, overall it's buffs. His ult cooldown is really low now, and I think they really want people to play this character. And the issue is, just like with Mina, this is one of the hardest, if not the hardest character in the game, so people, not a lot of people enjoy his playstyle either, right? Yeah, they nerfed some aspects, but they buffed the ult. They buffed the rabbit a bit. He's definitely a bit better than before, I want to say. But yeah, again, I don't see him a lot. But when he's played well, he's very strong. Vindicta got hard nerfs to her stake combo. The stake lasts shorter, it doesn't pull you in as far anymore. And her crow doesn't last as long, which is a big nerf. Because the meta before was, you build suppressor first item and you would debuff them for like 10 seconds plus every time. Her flight got better though, so she does more damage if you're building her gun. And I know flight is spirit damage, but that means you want to shoot more and you want to spam less AoE shit, right? So her playstyle changed a bit, and she's still super solid. Still super solid. But she's not Thanos anymore, which I'm happy for, and she's a bit more engaging to play against now, because you're not perma-staked, you know? So that's nice. Like, she's more like a DPS character again than a debuff AoE spam character. And that's kind of her thing, right? Like, she's supposed to be a sniper. Like, she's supposed to use your gun and your ult. But, like, the entire thing was just AoE spam that you couldn't miss. So I'm happy they changed her in that way. She's very solid still. Viscous, okay. I have started to hate this character. I don't know what it is, like... It's the best support in the game, right? Yeah. Like, this character does everything. One shot. Q protects anyone from anything. He doesn't die in ball. Puddle Punch, insane relocate. Can use it against the enemy. Can use it to get you out, to get you in. This character is really hard to play. But when you play him well, he doesn't die. He's crazy. It's not even cope. This character is broken. And I will say, it will probably feel a bit less strong in lower rank, because low rank Viscouses don't abuse his entire kit. So the higher you go in rank, the more broken he becomes. And all the Viscous players know, by the way. They all know. Don't let the Viscous players in the comments gaslight you into thinking the character is not completely broken. Yeah. This character is a top to pick in pro, but we're not talking about pro right now. Every single Viscous player knows how broken the character is. If they act like he's not broken, they're lying to you. They know inside. They play the character and they know how broken the character is. No, Viscous. Viper needs buffs, I think, no? His character still feels dog shit. They buffed her spirit, which I find interesting because Viper was always played as a gun. No, I think Viper is dog shit. I think he's dog shit. Like, they need to buff her spirit more, I think. Because, like, Viper will always be a gun character because her main thing is sliding and perma shooting, right? Like, and I want to see more hybrid builds for Viper where you spam the 1, right? But the 1 still feels like it does nothing, right? Even with the increased scaling. The ult got better a bit, but like I do think she needs some love. I don't want the gun Viper to be back that one-shots everything with the gun. I want a hybrid Viper that like is actually like when you hit the 1, it's like nice. I slowed them and it did good damage, right? That kind of style. So I think she needs some more spirit buffs, I want to say. Okay, I know I said I wanted to only put the absolute broken characters in S tier, but these are all. I think this is like Thanos. This character, you play as an old bot, you buy Majestic Leap, you run the Hood build, you run Superior Duration, Mercurial Magnum, Lightning Scroll, right? Like Boundless Spirit, and then you Majestic Leap in, press 4, and they all die. That's it. Warden, not S. You have not played against a half-decent Warden then. He's so hard to play D tier. I am a Warden main, by the way. I haven't played the character in a few weeks / months because he's an old bot, and I find that really boring. I want the Gun Warden to be a bit better again, like maybe buff the Cage a bit, and nerf his ult. The ult is too strong. It's just an old bot. You wait until you have ult, you Majestic Leap in, ult, you win a team fight, and you do that every time. Best character to contest mid, or win a mid fight with, I guess. Not contest, but like win, right? Like you just nuke everyone in mid. Great to dive a walker. Great to defend, like he doesn't have downside, he's not, like, he has a good lane. Broken. Yamato A tier. Still one of the best laners in the game. I think Mina is stronger, right? But not meta defining, but like definitely A tier. And can build really tanky. I'm happy with this list. This is a good one, no? I like this one. That was a good list.